In the sleepy, tree-lined streets of Greenville, North Carolina, a young Jimmy Donaldson found his world illuminated by the soft glow of an old computer screen. It was 2012, and at just 13 years old, he took his first steps into the vast digital landscape of YouTube, launching his channel under the handle MrBeast 6000. His early videos were raw and unrefined, a patchwork of gaming commentary, Minecraft Let's Plays, and quirky skits that pulsed with his boundless energy. Each upload carried a spark of excitement, a flicker of ambition that coursed through his veins like electricity. His voice, still high-pitched with youth, trembled with enthusiasm as he narrated gameplay or cracked jokes, hoping to catch someone's attention. But the world wasn't watching, not yet. Views trickled in, often stalling at double digits, sometimes not even that. Doubt slithered into his mind, a quiet whisper questioning whether this dream of becoming a YouTube star was nothing more than a childish fantasy. Yet, beneath the uncertainty, a fire burned, a relentless curiosity, a hunger to create something extraordinary that refused to be snuffed out. Jimmy wasn't born into wealth or privilege. His family lived a modest, middle-class life in a small town where big dreams often felt out of reach. His resources were meager: an aging laptop that whirred loudly under strain, a basic microphone that crackled if he moved too much, and an unyielding work ethic that set him apart. School was a slog, a monotonous routine of textbooks and tests that bored his restless mind. YouTube, though, was his escape, his playground, his obsession. He'd come home from school and dive straight into his digital world, spending hours hunched over his desk, editing videos with free software like a painter with a limited palette. The joy of creation was intoxicating. Each cut, each transition, each sound effect felt like a small victory. But it was laced with frustration. Hours of work often yielded videos that vanished into the void of the internet, unseen by all but a handful of viewers. Friends teased him about his hobby, and family members raised skeptical eyebrows at his late-night editing sessions, urging him to focus on real goals like college or a steady job. But Jimmy's heart raced with possibility, a drumbeat of defiance against the ordinary. The early years were a crucible, forging his resilience in the face of obscurity. Every upload was a gamble, a leap of faith that someone, somewhere, would connect with his vision. He'd refresh his YouTube analytics obsessively, his stomach churning with a mix of hope and dread as he watched the view counter crawl. A single comment from a stranger felt like a lifeline, a spark of validation that kept him going. The grind was lonely, isolating even. While his peers were out playing sports or hanging out, Jimmy was dissecting the anatomy of successful YouTube channels like a scientist in a lab. He studied pacing, humor, thumbnails, anything that could crack the code to capturing an audience. Late at night, when the house was silent and the world felt still, he'd sit in the dim glow of his screen, dreaming of a future where millions watched his videos, where his ideas could change lives. That vision was his North Star, guiding him through the long nights and the sting of indifference. Jimmy's passion was matched by a relentless curiosity. He devoured tutorials on video editing, learned the quirks of YouTube's algorithm, and experimented with every idea that popped into his head. Some videos were flops, cringe-worthy skits or poorly lit rants, but each failure was a lesson, a stepping stone. He wasn't just making content, he was building a foundation, frame by painstaking frame. The thrill of posting a new video was tempered by the fear that it, too, would be ignored. Yet, even in those quiet moments of doubt, Jimmy felt a surge of determination. He wasn't chasing fame for fame's sake, he wanted to create something meaningful, something that could ripple beyond his small corner of the world. His early videos, rough as they were love letters to an audience he hadn't yet found, each one a promise to keep pushing, keep dreaming, keep creating. That spark of purpose, mingled with youthful optimism and a stubborn refusal to quit, carried him through the obscurity, setting the stage for a journey that would one day captivate the world. By 2017, Jimmy was 19, and his channel was growing, but not fast enough for his restless spirit. The grind was relentless, nights bled into mornings as he edited videos, analyzed trends, and brainstormed ideas that could break through the noise. His emotions were a roller coaster: exhilaration when a video gained a few thousand views, despair when others flopped with barely a ripple. He was all in, reinvesting every cent from his modest earnings into better equipment and bolder content. The pressure was immense, but so was the thrill of chasing a dream that felt just out of reach. Then came the moment that changed everything. I counted to 100,000. Jimmy sat in front of a camera for hours, counting aloud until his voice cracked and his eyes burned. The sheer absurdity of the stunt, paired with his unwavering commitment, captivated viewers. The video exploded, amassing millions of views, and pride swelled in his chest. This wasn't luck, it was proof his crazy ideas could resonate. That breakthrough was a turning point, but it was built on years of calculated risk. Jimmy had become a student of YouTube's algorithm, mastering the art of clickable thumbnails and irresistible titles. He knew attention was currency, and he spent it wisely, crafting content that was impossible to ignore. Videos like giving $10,000 to random homeless people showcased his generosity and cemented his brand, over-the-top stunts with a heart of gold. Each upload was a gamble, and the stakes were high financially and emotionally. The adrenaline of watching view counts climb was addictive, but so was the fear of falling short. His small crew, including friends like Chris and Chandler, became his lifeline, sharing in the sleepless nights and triumphant highs. They weren't just making videos, they were building a movement. By 2020, MrBeast was no longer just a YouTube channel, it was a global phenomenon. Jimmy's videos had evolved into cinematic spectacles, planting 20 million trees, giving away private islands, and recreating Squid Game with a $456,000 prize. The scale was staggering, but so was the pressure. Behind the camera, anxiety gnawed at him. Could he keep outdoing himself? The world saw a confident showman, but Jimmy wrestled with self-doubt, wondering if he'd peaked too soon. Yet, his joy in giving back was unshakable. Handing out cars, houses, or life-changing sums to strangers wasn't just content, it was his purpose. Tears welled in his eyes as he watched families embrace, their gratitude mirroring his own sense of fulfillment. Every giveaway was a reminder of why he started: to make a difference, one video at a time. His empire expanded beyond YouTube. In 2020, he launched MrBeast Burger, a virtual restaurant chain that brought his brand into the real world. Feastables, a chocolate brand, followed, each venture a bold leap into uncharted territory. The risks were enormous financially and reputationally, but Jimmy's confidence was infectious. His team, now dozens strong, shared his vision of blending entertainment with impact. The numbers were dizzying: hundreds of millions of subscribers, billions of views. But the real victory was the community he built. Initiatives like #TeamTrees united creators and fans worldwide, turning his platform into a force for good. The pride of creating a movement was tempered by exhaustion. Jimmy rarely slept, driven by a need to do more, give more, be more. The pressure to innovate was relentless. Every video had to be bigger, bolder, better. Critics emerged, questioning his motives for calling his philanthropy performative. The sting of judgment hurt, but Jimmy channeled it into fuel. He surrounded himself with a loyal team, their camaraderie a buffer against the chaos of fame. The joy of collaboration, of brainstorming wild ideas and seeing them come to life, was a lifeline. Fans rallied around his mission, their support a constant reminder of his impact. From funding clean water projects to building homes for the homeless, Jimmy's videos weren't just entertainment, they were a call to action. The world was his stage, and he was determined to leave it better than he found it. Jimmy's success came from obsession meeting strategy. He analyzed viewer retention graphs, tweaked video lengths, and experimented with pacing. Every decision was data-driven, but his passion gave it soul. The joy of connecting with an audience was tempered by the weight of constant creation. He'd lie awake, mind racing with ideas for the next big stunt, wondering how to top himself. The breakthrough videos brought fame, but they also brought pressure. Could he keep this up? The world was watching now, and every upload felt like a tightrope walk. Yet, the thrill of impact, of seeing strangers' lives changed by his generosity, kept him grounded. Each video was a step closer to the empire he envisioned, and he was just getting started. At 27, Jimmy Donaldson is more than MrBeast, he's a cultural icon. His videos, like $1 vs. $1 billion yacht, continue to push boundaries, blending spectacle with raw human connection. The journey hasn't been without scars. Criticism still stings, some call his stunts excessive, others question his relentless pace. Doubt lingers in quiet moments, but Jimmy channels it into resilience. His heart swells when he sees kids inspired to give back or when a single video funds a stranger's surgery. This is his legacy, not just views, but lives transformed. Every upload is a testament to his belief that entertainment can be a force for good. Looking ahead, Jimmy's ambition burns brighter than ever. Plans for global expansion, new businesses, and even bigger giveaways keep him awake, his mind buzzing with possibilities. The fear of failure is still there, but it's drowned out by hope and purpose. He's not just chasing views, he's redefining what it means to be a creator. From a kid in a small town to a global icon, MrBeast's story is one of grit, generosity, and unrelenting drive. His videos are love letters to his audience, promises to keep dreaming bigger. As the world watches, Jimmy Donaldson is just getting started, his legacy a work in progress, written in the lives he's touched and the dreams he's dared to chase.
It's Visionary Steps 09. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe us for such as interesting videos. Thank you so much.